Hello YouTube friends. I want to talk about three common gear shifter issues with the Trailblazer SUV. Actually, it's the this is an Isuzu Ascender, which is almost identical to the Trailblazer. Covers also GMC Envoy, Buick Rainier. Let's see. So the Chevrolet, GMC, Buick, and Isuzu Ascender. So the three common shifter issues that to these vehicles, sometimes they go by two things: cable issues and brake transmission safety interlock issues. So the two cable issues are the shifter indicator won't move to the park position, and it won't start sometimes. Okay, so and the other issue with the cable is sometimes the vehicle will roll even if you got it in park. So that's two issues. The other issue is the BTSI brake transmission safety interlock issue. I'll cover that real quickly, and I'm going to do another video on that one. Okay, but before we get started, work safely, set your brake, chock your tires, use park, and don't let the car roll around on you and get you hurt. Especially if you're working up on a lift like I'm working on. Actually, it's not a lift, it's drive on ramps, just high enough to get so I can get under it and show you some things underneath. So I didn't mean to start it, but you can see there the now I've got the chocks in under the wheels and the brake set, so I'm going to shift this. Actually, I've got to push the brake to shift it, of course. And I'm not sure if you can see the little yellow light moving back and forth between park, reverse, neutral, drive, three. So if that's not working right, you're probably going to have issues. Now, if it doesn't go all the way to park, say it stays in reverse, doesn't go all the way, then your vehicle's probably not going to crank. You'll have to move it to the neutral position, and maybe it'll crank then. So let me just go ahead and show you that cable where it usually comes loose underneath the car. And there's several videos on this, but I'm kind of trying to cover a lot of things because I want to talk about several issues on this one video, because let's see if I can got it right there. Okay, so right here is and the reason is you can have more than one issue with these vehicles. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this cable loose. This cable operates this. Now, once again, I've got my parking brake set, and I've got the wheels shocked. Anytime this is unhooked from this lever on the transmission right here, it can create a safety issue. That's in park. I'm going to move it out of park just so you'll show how it shifts, so you'll see how it shifts. But I've got the vehicle secured. One click goes to reverse. Next click goes to neutral. Next click back goes to drive. Third, second, first, so on and so forth. All the way forward is park. So you can see how, if this cable is not working right, this cable slides back and forth here. If it's not working right, then it won't go up, push it all the way to park, and then it won't let your car start, because this is not all the way in park. And if this doesn't go all the way to park, your car could roll around. So that's the first two issues. The most common problem with these is this little bushing, this little it's clear colored on this one, but a lot of times you buy a new one, they're orange. But that just pops in, and then you pop it in and it stays on. It does a good job of staying on even though it doesn't feel right. Some of these bushings are made in two pieces, so you put one in here and then you push another one in, and they might lock a little bit better. That bushings cost you about 10 bucks. You can get them from AutoZone or Advanced or wherever you buy your parts. Okay, now another issue that we've had on some of these is this clip coming loose or somebody hitting a root or a stump and messing up this bracket right here. So here's your cable that goes on back, runs around and comes back up into your car to your gear shifter. So if this bracket's damaged or it's not holding good, or this little clip comes out, this can slide back and forth, and so you might be operating your shifter lever up in the car, but this could be just sliding back and forth here instead of it actually actuating this arm here. So check that out. Make sure everything's secure there. If you do get under the vehicle, just be safe about it, and make sure you understand if you unhook that cable or it's not hooked up, then you're not secure. You're not really sure that you're in park and your back wheels are locked through the transmission. Okay, so I'm going to go up and talk about the BTSI now. That's a different issue, even though sometimes they can act a little bit the same, and it can be confusing. The brake transmission safety interlock, that keeps you from putting the car in gear unless the brake pedal is pushed in. Now, there's several things that can cause that brake safety interlock to not operate right. Now, the brake safety interlock is the solenoid for it is down in here, and I've got another video on that. Check it out. But two things that you can check real quick: if your car is locked in park, it won't come out of park even if you push the brake. You can check this fuse here under the hood. Thought I had that loose. Okay, so it's fuse number 25 right here. So that powers your brake transmission safety interlock, BTSI. So check that fuse. You can either probe it to make sure you got power on both sides, or you can actually interchange it with one of these other 10 amp fuses that are not really needed. I think this one right here, I believe, goes to the fog lights. So you could change that out if you know your fog lights are working, and change that out and make sure that's a good fuse. Here's a diagram of it on your, see, I'm not sure the light's really good. So anyway, that identifies all your fuses. All right, so just check the fuse. If your fuse is good, you got power there. Then the other thing is you can lubricate it. I've got another video on lubricating it. You put a little bit right here, and you kind of go at an angle right down through here, right where this little notch is. Squirt a little WD-40, or better yet, use some silicone lubricant, and put just a little light spray right in this middle groove here. Okay, I'm going to show you a hack on that BTSI if you are stuck out somewhere and you can't get it on, but I'm going to show that on another video. But I'm going to go around here to the other side of the car and actually just show you real quickly what you can do. There's a button on that BTSI that can be operated manually. It's an electric solenoid, but you would have to push it in from about this angle right here. Your button is right in here, but down in here. So check out my other video on the BTSI Interlock hack, and I'll show you how you can do that without, a lot of people have you tearing out all this console and doing a lot of damage to your car. By the way, if you will subscribe, I could always use subscribers. And check out that other video on that BTSI hack for an emergency. Excuse me, to get you back home in an emergency. Okay, have a great day, YouTube. Thanks for checking out my videos.